One. What is the latest Dubai real estate market update? Stay tuned to get the details. Once again, salam, marhaba, namaste, sat sri akal, and khush amdeed. Welcome to this terrific Tuesday session of Clip Talk with Omer, where we will do a quick update on Dubai's real estate market outlook with a very, very special guest. I am Omer a realtor and country director for IQI Global UAE based in Dubai. I am honored to be joined by our very own enigmatic and well versed global guru of the economic world, Chief Economist Advisor for Joy IQI, Mr. Shan Seed. Shan, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Umar, for having me. It's good to be back again.
I think today we are, I don't know, purposely looking like characters or the star cast of Men in Black, since both of us are wearing black. But I do remember that your favorite color is maroon and black, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, my favorite color is maroon because of my school at University of Chicago.
Uh,
And when I went to Harvard in summers of 2008, the first thing that I did when I went for that alternative banking course, I went to the bookshop at Harvard Business School and I picked up a maroon t-shirt of, it says Harvard. So in most of the universities at Chicago, Stanford, and Harvard, their colors are gray and maroon. And my favorite, as you said, is maroon, black, and red. So I always like maroon. It's very close to my heart.
Not only that, I think these are solid colors and they personify a solid personality like yourself. So they totally suit you well. I think it's a good choice and a stable choice for a lot of people around the world. Talking about world, let's quickly jump into the clip talk session. Mr. Shan, first question that I thought I'll pose to you. A lot of people were discussing it in Dubai as well. You, from your vantage point of view, how do you compare Dubai globally for luxury properties?
Thank you, Umar. Umar, if you pick up the latest report from UBS that was published 15 days back, they talked about where the global property market index is heading. And Dubai was one of those cities which is coming back into the market at a very fast pace. Some of the cities like Hong Kong or Vienna in Europe, or for that matter, Brussels, they were not doing that great. But in the last 6 months, if you have witnessed, Dubai real estate market has come back very sharply. The transactions have gone up. We have discussed in our last video. It clearly indicates the investors' interest in the region, and it clearly demonstrates that Dubai real estate market has got a lot of attractive opportunities for those sophisticated and smart investors who are looking for long-term growth, who are looking for capital appreciation, and who are looking for solid rental yields. So I think, in my opinion, Dubai will continue to remain on investors' radar, despite we are having geopolitical economic fragilities, we are having COVID issues. Investors are moving to those cities where governments have been professional enough and they have been quick in giving vaccination to people, because everybody wants to come back. Everybody wants economies to come back to the normal phase. So I think the UAE government has been one of those governments in GCC where the vaccination process went ahead at a very fast pace, and it has given a lot of advantages to Dubai, and not only Dubai, to UAE as well, that investors are coming back to UAE, which is a good sign. And that's why we see a lot of traction in the real estate market in Dubai.
No, you're absolutely right. Investors are definitely coming back. We've been hearing it in the newspaper. I've been seeing the numbers in the Dubai land transaction reports that come to us. In fact, there were a couple of very, very high premium villa properties which got sold off on the Palm Jumeirah for a record amount of more than 100 million dirhams. So I totally second what you said, that yes, we are looking at a rebound about to shape up even more. Talking about rebound, Shan, quickly on, I needed to get your valuable insights for the plan for Expo 2020. You know, are going ahead as scheduled for October, opening in Dubai. So, what is your observation on this?
Omar, what we have been gathering at Joy IQI, the government is totally committed and they want to have this expo in October. And this expo will not be a small event, it will be a mega event. And when we talk about mega event, we are expecting more than 100 nationalities to be participating in this. And hopefully, with COVID vaccination going on in many countries and many economies opening up, we expect this expo will bring huge numbers of visitors that will hold good for not only for Dubai but also for UAE market. This will signal to those global investors that Dubai is in a position to take the lead in GCC, and it has always done that in the past. So I think this expo will give a signal not only to GCC but to the global world that economies are coming back to normal, provided if they speed up their vaccination process. So those sophisticated and smart investors, they are moving to those countries where vaccination has been done. The governments are moving at a fast pace so that economies, infrastructure, domestic demand, and investment, it will continue to rise. So I think this Expo 21 will be a good strategic, it will give a good strategic advantage not only to Dubai, but also to the GCC region as well. And at the macro level, again, it will give a positive signal to global investors.
I think that's spot on, a very, very concise observation you've done again. Um, One thing which came into mind, I remember I was seeing one of your tweets online just last week, I think, and you were mentioning something entirely different about popcorns are for everyone, popcorns for everyone. What was that about? Please do share your insights with us.
Omar, 4 days back, the market was very volatile, and Bitcoin investors, they lost more than 500 billion market cap. And again, that was massive. So I shared in my post on Facebook and LinkedIn that popcorns for everyone because the markets are very volatile. And in these challenging times where you have financial bazooka and financial fragilities, those sophisticated investors who understand history and economics, they always take position in real estate, gold, and silver. And what we have seen in US, real estate investment has gone up by 18% this year, and ownership has gone up by 2%. So this clearly indicates that investors are looking at real estate for a long-term game. And this asset class has always generated a lot of interest, not only from individual investors, but also from institutional investors, from sovereign wealth funds, from pension funds, from hedge funds as well. So I think a lot of sovereign wealth funds whose size is more than $89 trillion, more and more sovereign wealth funds are taking position in real estate. A lot of family offices, the total size of family offices, AUM is around $7 trillion. And that is also quite active in real estate market. So family offices, sovereign wealth funds, uh, institutional investors, and those high net worth individual investors are taking long-term position in real estate. So real estate market in London or in New York or in Chicago or in KL or in Dubai or in Toronto or in Melbourne, they will continue to have investors who are looking real estate as a new global currency.
I think yes, that is the correct terminology. The real estate is in fact going to be the new global currency that will see a lot of transactions happening all across. Talking about currencies, my last question, Sean, I needed your feedback or insight again. Would be that if you read the UE central bank extends its stimulus measures until mid 2022, what is your observation on this?
in the last 18 months, ever since COVID has started, a lot of governments have used fiscal policy and monetary policy to come out of this pandemic. And not one single policy alone can do the magic in order to spur growth. So I think an amalgamation of fiscal policy that rests with the government and monetary policy that rests with the central bank, the combination of both these policies are necessary at this point of time. And both these policies can help government to come out of this COVID situation at a much faster pace. As you know, some economies are having W-shaped recession, some are having V-shaped recession, some are having U-shaped, some are having L-shaped recession. So I think this stimulus package that the Central Bank of UAE has announced is quite normal, because all the central banks are lowering interest rate and they are going for expansionary monetary policy. A lot of governments are following expansionary fiscal policy, but ultimately, once the situation comes back to normal and economies opened up, they come back to their original phase. I think the government will shrink its expansionary program. The monetary policy, again, it will shrink its expansionary monetary policy. Everything will come back to its normal once the market forces allow them to take that position. So I think what the central bank has done is perfectly in line with market expectation, and the market expects more and more central banks to take expansionary monetary policy so that it can give investors and local entrepreneurs room and confidence to pursue their investment strategy for the long run.
Smash on. I think great. I think we're pretty much up with our clip talk session. Once again, thank you all for your time. Do send us your comments and feedback. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit the like button and please subscribe to the channel for other clip talks to come your way. If it is a real estate query that you are looking for, simply reach out to us with your specifications, and me, along with my team, will be happy to help you out. I am Omer Ali Khan, signing out for now. Stay safe and God bless.